I think a lot of times people just kind of throw technology at a kid and say, well, just, have some fun. How do you create a space that encourages, creation and involvement and engagement in a kid? I mean,
well, this is exactly where we need people, not robots.
People.
Right? People make the difference. You need mentors, people that know things. You need people that facilitate and organize other people, so you have to program a space.
Yeah.
It isn't just a parts list or equipment list and you put it in there. And I think what's actually happened really positively in the makerspace side is we have teachers and parents doing this rather than going out and get some professional to build it for them. And they're invested in it. And they know that, well, now I've got the kids. What do I do with the kids?
Right.
And how do I interact with them? And going back to Papert, though, a lot of it's putting the kids in control and stepping away as an adult and say, they can figure these things out. Some might need a hand, but the other kids, their peers,
the best way,
might be the best way to help them. Right.
Leo, what you're really asking now are what are the kind of specific recommendations come out of this that cities or schools can do? And it's interesting, last week, the U.S. Conference of Mayors met in D.C., and we worked with the Urban Manufacturing Alliance and Brookings and some other organizations to literally prepare a to-do list for them. So I'll just list 4 things, and you can come to our site and see more. One was bring production into the schools. So it literally was in community colleges and schools, teach these techniques, bring in 3D printers and laser cutters, and then come up with mechanisms where those schools are kind of doing internships and working with community. Another is kind of working with community leaders to identify their tech and training requirements. If you can latch up a community college with with what the needs are of a community, you can make kind of enormous differences there. And there's a lot that universities and community colleges can do to be the hubs of maker ecosystems. Apprenticeships, something Germany does very well, the U.S. hasn't done as well, but there's so many ways of doing that. A lot of traditional industry apprenticeships tend to be just the skills for that one company. If you broaden that out, that's very strong. There's a bunch of work that can be done around supply chains and about promoting local making and manufacturing. And then I also talked about kind of zoning and community models of owning manufacturing spaces. So there's quite a few things. And the stuff we're describing are really things that we found that were working that makes sense to amplify. And so there's a lot that can be done kind of today. And as you see, kind of a bunch of it is education-oriented. Some is economic development, manufacturing-oriented. And some is literally getting involved in the community bottom-up.